Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Mo and Ash Vibes. Now you all know that we have made lots of videos on various processes or various ways through which you can immigrate to Canada permanently. But there are some people who just want to come to Canada to visit. Some people just want to visit here as a tourist. Some people want to come here for business purposes. Some people just want to come here to explore Canada so that they can decide whether they want to make a permanent move or not. So we decided to make a video on this topic. So in today's video, we are going to talk about the document that you need in order to come to Canada for a temporary basis. So if you want to visit Canada for a temporary visit, you need to apply for a visitor visa. A visitor visa is an official document that allows you to travel to Canada. It is also called a temporary resident visa. It is a proof that you have fulfilled all the minimum requirements to enter Canada. Some people may also need this document if they are just transitioning through Canada to reach their final destination. You can apply for this document either online or on paper. So if you have a visitor visa, you can stay up to 6 months in Canada in most cases. But when you are actually entering Canada, the Border Services Officer may allow you to stay here for more than 6 months or less than 6 months. They may also give you a visitor record. I know a lot of you are not familiar with this term, and a lot of times people confuse visitor record with visitor visa. But actually these two documents are completely different documents. Like a visitor visa is a document that allows you to travel to and stay in Canada. However, on the other hand, visitor record may be issued to you to extend your stay or restrict your stay in Canada. In some cases, if let's say you have applied to extend your stay in Canada and your application has been approved, in that case also a visitor record may be issued to you. Other instances are that if you are restoring your status in Canada, in that scenario as well, a visitor record may be issued to you. This document can be issued to you by Canada Border Services Agency or IRCC. So as I mentioned before, that when you are actually entering Canada, at that time you may be allowed to stay in Canada for more than 6 months or less than 6 months. And if this happens and if you get a visitor record, then on it a date will be mentioned to you by which you must leave Canada. Also keep in mind that you need to apply for a visitor record when you are entering Canada. At the port of entry, you already know that you want to stay in Canada for more than 6 months. So at that time you need to apply for a visitor record. Another situation is that maybe at that time you don't know that you want to stay for more than 6 months, but later on you decide that you want to stay in Canada for more than 6 months, and you must apply for a visitor record at least 30 days before your authorized stay in Canada is expiring. Now let's talk about the eligibility criteria. There are some basic requirements that you must meet in order to apply for a visitor visa. Those eligibility requirements are that you must have a valid travel document like a passport. For example, the passport should be valid, it should not be expired, it should be legal. Also, you have to make sure of little things like that it is not expiring soon. For example, if your passport is expiring in 2 months, and you make sure that you first renew your passport and then apply for the document. Also, you have to make sure that you have at least an empty page in your passport, so that when they are going to approve your visitor visa, they are going to put it in your passport. So you must have some empty pages in your passport. Similarly, you must be in good health. You must not have any criminal or immigration related convictions. You must be able to convince the immigration officer that you have some ties in your home country, such as your job, your home, your financial assets that will take you back to your home country. Well, they see this because sometimes when people come to Canada as a visitor, sometimes they do not leave Canada, so they just want to be sure that you are coming here temporarily only, and you are not just coming to Canada and you are not going to go back to your country. So you should be able to convince the immigration officer that once your visitor visa expires, you are going to leave Canada at the end of your visit. Then you should also be able to prove that you have enough money for your stay. Now this depends on situation to situation. The amount of money that you will need will depend on that whether you're coming here as a tourist to stay with a family, or if you are coming here as a tourist but you are going to stay in a hotel. So that amount really depends on your situation. So you should be able to show that you have enough money for your stay depending on your situation. You may also need to give a medical exam, or you may also require a letter of invitation from someone who lives in Canada. So these were some basic or minimum requirements that you must fulfill in order to apply for a visitor visa. Now, next we are going to talk about the steps to apply for a visitor visa. The first step is that you have to make sure that you are eligible to travel to Canada. Now, along with the basic requirements that I've already mentioned, you must also make sure that you have received at least 2 doses of accepted vaccines before you are traveling to Canada. The second dose that you have received must be at least 14 days before the date you are planning to travel to Canada. The next step is that you gather all the documents depending on your situation. Now, this step is really important because different people may travel to Canada for different reasons. Some people may travel to Canada to visit their family. Some people just visit Canada to explore Canada, to visit as a tourist. Some may travel to Canada for compassionate reasons. Some may travel for business reasons. So everybody has their own reasons to travel to Canada. So you may require different documents depending on your situation. So make sure that you check the requirements of all of your documents depending on your situation. Now, some of these documents are compulsory, like everybody needs to provide their proof of vaccination, or everybody needs to provide the ArriveCan receipt. But some of these documents are optional, like your itinerary, or if you are going to provide your travel history, not everybody has to provide that. Although if you provide your travel history, if you have traveled in another country, or if you have traveled in Canada before, that makes your file a little bit stronger because they know that you have traveled before and then you went back to your country. So just to make your file a little bit stronger, it's a good thing to add your travel history if you have traveled outside your country before. But in general, these documents are optional. On the other hand, some documents are based on your situation. For example, some documents like you are using a representative. Now, not everybody uses a representative. Some people, they apply for their visitor visa on their own, but in some cases they hire somebody or they use a representative to apply for their visitor visa. So in that case, you need to provide those documents as well. So your documents that you need will depend on your situation. So you have to make sure that you check all the requirements depending on your situation. Also, every now and then things keep changing, so you have to make sure that you check the updated version of the document requirements. So if, let's say, somebody has applied for the visitor visa before but it was few months back, then you make sure that you check the recent requirements of the documents, because sometimes things change. So you have to make sure that you're providing with the updated version of documents. Also, to make things a little bit easier for you, I'm going to provide you a link in the description box. You can visit that link and then you can just write the reason why you are traveling to Canada, and based on that they will tell you what documents are required by you for your particular situation. After you have gathered all your documents, the next step is that you apply for your visitor visa. In order to apply for your visitor visa online, you need to make an account with the IRCC portal. After that, you are going to log into your account. Once you log into your account, they are going to ask you a series of questions. Once you answer those questions, and based on your answers, they are going to provide you with the list of documents that you need to upload. Now, this is a very good thing as well, and it's going to be really helpful for you as well, because once you answer all those questions, they will be able to assess your situation better, and based on that they will be telling you that what exact documents are required of you and what forms you need to fill. And once you know that, you complete all those forms, you complete all those documents, and then you upload it over there. Once you have uploaded all your documents, after that you are going to pay for your fee. If in your case biometrics is required, it is recommended that you pay for your biometric fee at the same time you are going to submit your application to avoid any delays. After you have made the payment, then you are going to submit the application. After you have submitted your application, once the processing on your application begins, the immigration is going to check if you have provided all the required documents or not. and they are going to check if all your application, your forms are complete or not. If anything is incomplete, they will return your application without processing it. So this part is really crucial. So make sure that you double check all your documents and you double check all your forms. If your application is approved, you will get a passport request along with some instructions. Make sure you follow those instructions, and then you prepare your arrival to Canada. So this is how you apply for a visitor visa. The process is really simple and you should be able to do this all by yourself. I know a lot of people, they go to a consultant, they hire a representative to apply for their visitor visa. Well, it's really your choice, but I think it's a really easy process and you should be able to do it yourself. But you just have to make sure a few things, like you have to make sure that you attach all the required documents depending on your situation. Again, I'm stressing on this fact that each person has their own situation and each situation has their own requirement. So you go online and you make sure that you check that what documents are required by you depending on your situation. At the same time, I would also suggest that you check all the recent requirements. As we all know that things keep on changing, situations keep on changing. So make sure that you check all the requirements which are updated requirements, whether it's related to your documents, whether it's related to your travels. Now with this, I'm going to end our today's topic. If you still have any more questions related to this topic, feel free to comment in the section below. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and share the content. Now I will see you in our next video. Until next time, ta-da!